friends and the pioneers of the independent networks. I'm your host, Ricky Blues. This week, our co-host, our very special co-host, is Hack Myers, Shah, and we're continuing our retrospective look at his career. And as we say, ladies and gentlemen, on PIN, this is a retrospective look at the people, the places, and the organizations that populated the Mid-Atlantic wrestling landscape from the late 1980s to the early 2000s. And we're welcoming in a very special guest.
Thanks for having me, man. This is great. Going back over these moments of my career and just looking back at the guys that I was around and stuff, it's a blessing, man. I'm so blessed to be here. It's a good feeling. You know, I haven't smiled in a long time about the business, and this is bringing back some things that are brightening me up, and I hope it brightens up the fans out there as well.
And I'm sure it is, because you're one of those characters that once they saw you and saw what was inside and came out, they saw the passion. So, Hack, where we've gone, we've talked a little bit about your beginnings and some early TV stuff and character development. But speaking of character development, you did the same thing that a lot of guys did. I did myself. We went from that masked character into our own character.
Absolutely.
You had a little bit of help developing the character that you became, the Hack Myers character.
Absolutely. I had a great deal of help. Luckily, Rip Sawyer, one half of the Cream Team,
Sid Garrison.
He was a big Sid. Mm-hmm. He was a big Danzig fan. Mm-hmm. I think he still is. But you know, he Danzig had the sideburns out to here. He just had a look,
right?
And you know, I was just a fat, pale-faced kid, and Sid saw something that I didn't. I don't know if he was trying to get some giggles himself, you know, and ribbing me on it or nothing back then, but either or, it helped me out a great deal. In fact, I remember, because I was always blonde hair, mm-hmm. and we got hair dye, and we were sitting in Sid's house, and we took a toothbrush and started dyeing the beard, and you know, the sideburns in the beard and everything, and he come up with Hack. I'm almost sure that he actually came up with the name Hack. Now the Myers I created from the Halloween, Michael Myers. Mm-hmm. I came up with that. So we put Hack Myers, and I went with it. Skull pants and all this stuff, and that creativity. Sid actually had a lot to do with it. So did Axel. Axel, I think, is the one that set out to get some skull stuff. Mm-hmm. But as far as the look itself, was definitely one half of the Cream Team.
And what Sid helped you with is put that presentation together, because you developed all the skills
Absolutely.
that you needed to.
Absolutely.
But how to package that and put it in front of somebody and make them say, who is this? That's what Sid did.
That transformation.
Right, and you went from Don Haviland, from Bronco Bill or the Red Ranger, whatever it was,
yes.
to Hack Myers. Absolutely. Someone who was getting that TV time as a prominent character. And you continued to develop. Now, one of the things that you had on there, in part of your repertoire, Hack, was from the last house on the left.
Absolutely, and I think that was Sid too.
That was Sid.
That was Sid, the last house on the left. Man, should I send him some checks?
I think so. Throw a couple dollars Rip's way for. But you know, we're laughing and giggling, but we do tip our hat to Rip, and Rip is one of those guys that's, well, we're working to get on the show. We talk to him constantly, but Rip not only did that with you, but he helped a lot of people. So he paid it forward in a lot of different ways.
Absolutely. And there was guys, look, anytime there was guys that were more advanced than we were, mm-hmm. It was always a blessing to learn something from.
Yeah.
You know.
100%.
So everybody who helped me along the way, I am so grateful. And Rip is one of those guys.
Yep. A good guy. Now, you took that character and you started to run with it.
Absolutely.
We were moving down here. We were moving into the area of, we passed through Wynn, and we moved into MEWF.
Dennis Whipwreck.
Dennis Whipwreck. He and Tim Burke.
Tim Burke got rest
his soul, yep. Were pushing hard to help develop locally. And when I mean locally, they were really centered in Maryland. A lot of different places in Maryland, but they were centered in Maryland. They wanted Maryland to continue as that hotbed.
Thank God for promoters like that. When we were horrible, mm-hmm. or at least when I was horrible and didn't know what I was doing, and you had a guy like that would at least put me on the show and get me on my way of becoming a decent wrestler, or what I like to think of as a decent wrestler. So
gave opportunity to a lot of people.
Man, a lot. Dennis put a lot of money out. Mm-hmm. Through the years of letting us get some work, but he lost a lot of money along the way. And it is good to see guys that went above, from where they started, to see the money they lost to get where they're at today. And that takes a lot of time, a lot of patience, and you're dealing with so many different characters, so many attitudes, and then to be able to come out on top and have a successful organization, in my opinion, and I've been around this country quite a few times, to be one of the top independents.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and they work their stuff like it's produced as a company, and
Yep.
it's a very good product. I'm very proud of Dennis Whipwreck, and you too, Danny.
Oh, and exactly. And in those early days, they lost a lot.
A lot.
Dennis and Tim lost
lot.
a ton, but they brought people things, and that's one of the reasons we do this show, is the memories that they created. We don't want those memories to go away and die, because we see how much they did for the guys in the business.
Absolutely.
But the MEWF was a period of time that we were, again, seeking local television.
Sure.
That window had closed. ESPN, that had moved into a national conglomerate, so there was no way those local organizations were getting there. Nonetheless, we continued and we forged forward, and you had a lot of battles at that period in your career with guys like T-Bone Strong, with guys like Rip Sawyer, with matches with Axel Rotten, and all the guys that were coming through, not only in our organization here, but the neat thing that Dennis had learned, and he learned it from guys like Ed Zahn, from Joel Goodhart, was inter-promotion cooperation.
Absolutely.
So think about this. You have the guys that you had locally, but you were infusing them with guys from New Jersey, the Glenn Ruths, and
absolutely. The Spiders,
right, the Spider, and Chris Chavez, who was Tatanka, and Chris Candido. And then you also had the guys from Philly who were coming down.
Sure, you had Tom Brandy. Kahlua was
Mike
coming in from somewhere. I'm not exactly sure.
Yep. Plus you had Raven coming in.
Raven.
Scotty was coming in.
Bam Bigelow.
Bigelow was coming in. And we all got together and developed this incredible locker room that put forth an incredible amount of matches. And I can remember, and I know you do too, those long Sunday morning, we would do shows on Friday night, shows on Saturday, and then Sunday we would hit TV, and it would be from noon to 7 at night. It would be 7 hours of TV.
I loved it all.
Oh yeah.
I loved it all.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, Hack, what I want to do this week is I want to transport our fans back to 1996 in the MEWF in a very special match between you and Axel Rotten.
Axel Rotten.
And in this match, the fans didn't know. It was announced as a mystery opponent for Axel's MEWF Heavyweight Championship. And this was when you were starting to get your bigger push in ECW. Okay. And Dennis said, let's give him some more.
Okay.
And they brought you in.
All right.
So fans, let's take a look at this match.
Man.
Now, Axel Rotten, you had an open contract for the card tonight to defend your belt against anyone who would take you on. Well, there was a couple, but there was one person, I understand, that wanted the shot.
Maybe it's you, Ron Young.
Hit the music.
I'd love to see it. I better change clothes. I'll be right back. Oh, no, that's not. Wait a minute. Who is that, Ron Young? I don't know. Never know much about right or wrong. Oh, wait a minute. Never know much about what I've done.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this opponent making his way to the ring at this time. He hails from the last house on the left. Here is the Extreme Shah Hack Myers.
Hack is here, but for how long? This is going to be a fight.
Once again, this match gets one fall.
See, Hack's a brawler. I mean, he's got some wrestling ability, but he likes to fight. And the only way you're going to become an MEWF Heavyweight Champion is by pinning a man in the middle of the ring or making him submit. And I don't think that's in Hack's repertoire. Well, you know, by the same token, Axel Rotten has never been one to turn down a good fist fight either. He can brawl with the best of them. He most certainly can. He invented brawling. I don't think we're going to see too many arm locks and leg locks exchanged here. Nor too many drop kicks. But what we might see is, in the words of a great wrestling pro, a lot of clubbering going on. Yeah, a lot of clubbering going on. The MEWF champion. Nobody's chair is safe around ringside. You know, this might as well have been a boxing match rather than a wrestling match. Because there's going to be a lot of guys go right out back in the alley. What is the referee thinking of here? Best thing for him to do would go back to Foot Locker, stay there for a while, and just let these two men do what they do best. Look at the fire in the eyes of Axel Rotten. This man is ready to compete. Fire in the eyes of Hack Myers, too. Well, Axel's got what he wants. Ringing the arm numerous times. Axel to the ropes to break it.
Shut up!
This is the chance Hack Myers has been waiting for. Chance of a lifetime. I thought Bruno was going to be here. Bruno ain't coming. I guess we'll just have to be happy that Hack Myers could take this strap away from Axel Rotten. Off the ropes. Oh, big tackle. Steps over his man. Deep underhook. A nice hip toss takes him down. Getting back to what I was talking to earlier, Ron, Hack does have some wrestling ability in him. Now, if he can just keep in the ring, he may have a slim shot. What was this? He's leaving? He's taking a count out and leaving. He quit. Well, I mean, he can't lose his belt that way. And I suppose you condone this action, don't you? Sure. Safest way to keep a belt, ain't it? Well, if you never have to defend it. It's a defense.
We're extremely sorry to disappoint all you fans who paid to see Axel wrestle, but he just doesn't feel like it.
While the referee is applying the count, I'm sure that Hack wants him back in the ring.
You don't deserve it. Shut up, you morons.
Axel Rotten sharing some words of wisdom for the ringside idiots, I like to call them. Ringside idiots, yeah, that's what we call them. Maybe you will. On the other hand, it looks like Axel has thought better of the whole situation. He's going to step back in there. Side headlock applied. And you know, you get to bring your guests on all the time. I think I'm going to bring my guest on. A good, close personal friend of mine, the voice of the MEWF, in my opinion, ring announcer of the year, or maybe the decade, Mr. Al Albert. Ring announcer of the year,
How can you put up with this man with you all night long?
He had a little bet
I had enough
going
problems
earlier.
with him in the ring.
We had a little bet going earlier. I came at $1,000 rich.
All right.
This has been absolutely on me. This has been a great night for Stud Lee, Al. Shut up.
He lost Johnny Gunn.
That's right. He didn't do too well with Lucifer either, did he?
He started out on the right track for his mind, but I think it turned awry a little bit later. I'll tell you, we got some wild action right now. This is a match I could not believe that Hack Myers got this match, but this is just unreal. These two men.
My inside source told me Bruno Sammartino was the opponent tonight, and then I turn around and it's Hack Myers.
Well, Bruno was scheduled. He wanted a shot. He wanted to make the big comeback. But then all of a sudden, Hack Myers stepped in. He said he wanted this belt, so he got the shot.
This open door policy that the MEWF has for champions, anyone can come in at any time and demand a shot if they've earned their way up the ladder. Hack Myers is certainly no exception, and he's really taking it to Axel outside the ring right now.
I think that's what a lot of the wrestlers look for, is a shot at the title. And
right across the head. I told you we were going to see some chairs tonight.
I think my stock just went up in chairs tonight, too.
Well, this is Axel's domain, certainly for sure. The timekeeper trying to scurry away for his own well-being.
He took a shot with the chair. Hack Myers, for some reason, didn't like him too much tonight. So we've got a couple problems. I know the fans are up. We've got a couple things going on.
Right into the steps. This has already degenerated into a brawl. Not that we thought it could have been anything else, but this ring is certainly not large enough to contain these two massive individuals.
I'm glad I came back here for this match. It's a lot more safer back here than
the
anything in the
seats are
ring.
most definitely safer back here. Nobody's safe around this place, I'm telling you. Near fall situation. He didn't shoot the leg. He's not going to get Axel Rotten that way. Boot to the gut sets him up. Oh, jab right to the throat.
I just want to take a chance before I have to head back up to the ring just in case we do get a pinfall. You're doing a great job with the television show. Unfortunately, you do have to deal with this gentleman to your left.
Shut up, Al.
But once again, you are doing a great job, and we really congratulate you for that.
Thank you. I know I have to put up with this idiot, but I'm doing the best I can, Al.
I believe he was referring to me. And with every job, you have to take the good with the bad, and the bad sits to my left.
Well, keep up the good work, guys.
Well, Al, we thank you for joining us. We know you have to head back to the ring. But in the meantime, Axel Rotten is really taking control of this match. He does shoot the leg, and he gets a near fall. Count of 2, and now a rear chin lock. Really applying the pressure. It's really nice to have Al stop by and say hello. Yeah, could you be a little less enthusiastic? You're so wrapped up. And
I am mad right now. I'm trying to stay with the action. It's just hard to when you've had a night like I've had.
Well, I guess maybe it is, but it's going to be a tough night for Hack Myers if he can't put something together here. Axel really staying on top of him. He's got him dropped across the second rope. Picks him up again. Oh, and he dumps him between the ropes into the floor, and that can only spell trouble for Hack Myers.
I had a feeling this match was going to mostly stay on the outside of the ring, and it's definitely doing that right now.
His favorite weapon, the chair. Oh, no. Doubles him over with a shot to the gut. Big headbutt. We've seen that from Hack. He's got a monstrous head that's even harder than a brick wall.
Don't let Hack get that chair. Oh, no.
Oh, and it's coming into the ring. Axel cuts him off with the pass. Oh, swinging neckbreaker right on top of the chair.
Go for the cover.
Hit him.
Come on, Axel.
2 and just the count of 2.
2.5 only.
Axel backs him into the corner and shoots him off. Nobody home, a little slow and getting there. Oh, right to the back of the head.
Oh, this is Pat and
Kicking
Myers
her
right here.
Here comes.
Leg drop.
Oh, my goodness.
I've seen it coming a mile away.
That'll knock you in the second Tuesday of next week. Myers every bit of 320. To the top rope. What agility. Drives the head of Axel Rotten right into the canvas. Who is this? What? Who is this individual?
No idea.
He's taking Hack Myers out. And I don't believe it. He's draped Axel Rotten across the top of him. The referee. Oh no, this is a travesty of justice. Who is this individual that's lurking around ringside?
Ooh, talk about a screw finish, Hack.
Blatant screw finish. Axel, I owe you one.
To be or never to be paid back.
There you go. There you go.
Excellent match. Nice ebb and flow. You saw the people behind you starting to go over, and the screw finish comes out. You gotta love it. That's part of the business. That's what makes the stories continue.
Wouldn't be the first loss.
No, not at all.
Not the last.
Now, Hack, from this point, we've talked so much about that. Now we're into that middle part of your career, but we've got a lot more to go. But for this week, we've given them a lot.
Yes.
So what we're going to do now, ladies and gentlemen, is we're going to go ahead and give you our sign-off and remind you to join us next week as our look at Hack Myers continues with another stroll down Concussion Lane.
Stay tuned.